A friend once told me a line I believe they had found on a forum at one point, which was tabletop RPG players will derail the train. Shadowrun players will blow up the rails and sell all the parts for their own nefarious schemes. Now, I don't think that Shadowrun players are any more like crazy about things than D&D players or anything like that. I do think that the system gives you a little more freedom to do stuff sometimes, and there are definitely a lot of like, well, everyone's going to have a gun if they're fighting you. Everyone's going to have something useful that I could sell a talismonger if they don't use a gun or something like that, typically. And so, like, what's to keep someone from basically just trying to loot everything and anything and trying to sell them? Well, the trick is you don't incentivize doing that. They try looting all the guns. Okay, well, they can't really find anyone who's really willing to sell any product that hot because it was just involved in a Shadowrun. And they aren't looking to get that kind of a heat from Corpos, so they'll just leave it alone. But yeah, like, the reason I bring up Shadowrun is because I want to run games in Shadowrun. But the system is such a pain to teach to people that I never really run games in Shadowrun. D&D 5e is really easy to teach to people. Pathfinder 2e is really easy to teach to people now. Pathfinder, I have enough experience with that I could teach people how to play, and in fact just be like, okay, what do you want to do? All right, there's a rule for that. And so maybe with Shadowrun, if I had the experience, I could, and I could just dictate what people are rolling and just ask them information based off of what they've copied down into their character sheet, and just tell them, like, keep meticulous notes about what the books say about your abilities, and I'll be able to tell you exactly how to run them. But they have so many different things that you have to learn and to memorize. Like, each system, the combat system, the magic system, the hacking systems all run slightly differently from each other. They all use some of the base terminology with each other, but there's like, raw combat has how you roll initiative is everyone rolls their initiative plus like a number of d6, and you total up that number and then do an initiative pass, and everyone who had higher than a 10 now gets to go again, subtracting 10 from every score until after enough initiative passes no one has anything left over. And so, and like, this is older editions too, like I think the newer editions may have even changed how some of this stuff works, but like, it used to be that like, all right, everyone, you all do your thing, and they said hacker's not going to go off on their own adventure for the next like hour. Good luck staying entertained during this. To, well, now the hacker feels like they don't have enough action economy to actually do the stuff that they need to do to help the party out, and that's also a problem. But I don't know, like, and then you start getting into magic. Magic has all these weird drain systems and stuff like that, and soaking the drain, and then hacking is just its own metaphor and beast. But you know, I love them, I really do, but like, I would probably roll a rules light system. I've often talked about like, hey, let's run not one shot, but let's run like a short campaign that's only like 5 to 10 sessions long of just the combat. So all of you are just people who do stuff in meat space. Your samurais, your razor boys, your all that kind of stuff, and we'll just run a session, a short campaign of that, and then we will just run a short campaign of magic and introduce the astral space and astral perceptions and all of that, and make it more of like a, so the first one would be more like an action movie, heist movie type deal that they're playing through. The second one would be more of like a paranormal investigators kind of thing. And then the last thing that I would personally feel comfortable running for people is a everyone roll up some kind of hacker, and we will roll from there. And that way, through running all of these shorter campaigns, I could theoretically teach my friends and myself, because we're only focusing on like 1/3 of the combat rule sets at a time, to be able to actually play the game. But the editions also keep coming out a little faster than I can even like look at them and try to learn them. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's enough rambling about Shadowrun for the day. Be excellent to each other. Be excellent to yourselves, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.